the Maple Leafs knocked this STOLARZ extension out of the park, Rosie. 4 years, 3.75 AAV. He's 31. That is 7.42 combined for the next 2 years after this one for STOLARZ and Wall. Great cap hit, team-friendly from that perspective, player-friendly from the lengthened contract. I love it all around here. Did you?
Yeah, like I would have, that's how I would have drawn that up and then had everyone come at me going, oh, rose-colored glasses and there's more people in the negotiation than the Leafs. And I don't know, I think he could have got more. I know he could have got more on the open market, and I think he could have probably got more from the Leafs. But I don't know, dare I say there's a pattern of Maple Leafs taking team-friendly deals, which, to be honest, is a really nice change from the Dubas era, where it seems like they just shot the moon and got everything they ever asked for. From Tavares now and STOLARZ. I think to me, you never really know what players think about the team because they're not that honest to the media, and you don't have that kind of access to them. But when they sign deals like that, it leads you to believe that they really and genuinely think that the team is going to do something special here in their tenure of their contract. And that's great to see. And again, John Tavares taking just a massive discount from what he could have gotten, what we thought maybe he would try to get, and we hoped he'd take a little bit of a discount. And now Stoli here, again, I believe he could have got more. His numbers speak volumes. He's proven himself in this market, and he just simply could have got more, but chose to take a nice deal and didn't want the headache of waiting around and holding out and coming to odds and having the media get involved. He just signed a nice contract that he was happy with, that said, I want to play for this and play on this team and be in this city, which is phenomenal, and we're happy to have him.
Put it this way, outside of David Kempf, has there really been a contract signed by Brad Treliving where we're like, holy shit, what the hell is that? Like, I think going into things as the GM and the new GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a lot of people were wondering if they could lean on his negotiation skills and his expertise and his experience. And I think he has done an unbelievable job with a lot of these contracts, from Ekman Larson to Tanev, Nylander, Matthews. Like, I can't remember a contract where I'm like, I can't believe they paid that guy that much money. And that is a rarity, considering everything you just talked about in the last decade of the Maple Leafs. Every time they sign a contract, you're like, you're kidding me. And now it's like team-friendly deal after team-friendly deal. Like, dude, this is an exceptional contract. Even if he plays to 2/3 his strengths from last year, what he put together, I love it. The cap hit's great, not to mention the cap space for next summer. Like, they put themselves in a really, really good position to do something substantial over the next couple of years here.
I think so. I mean, it's the things we don't worry about right at the moment as much as the back end and the goaltenders. They're solid, but you got to keep them around and keep them fresh. And to bring in Stoli was such a play that paid off so much last year. A bit of a gamble, guy. Okay, now we don't really have like a bona fide number one. It turns out that's like the greatest thing. They both can be a number one, but neither of them need to be a number one, and they just hit that crease so well. And it's also, if you look at the history of goaltenders in this market, it chews them up and spits them out pretty easily, right? It's a very difficult job as far as the pressure and the spotlight and everything that comes along with it. And I think Stoli has proven he can play with that pressure and has the mentality to handle it. He performed glowingly all season long, and I don't expect him to do anything really else but pick up where he left off. So again, yeah, to lock that down is what you need. And he's not eating a ton of cap, and it's not this exorbitant contract that you're going to regret down the road. Like, everything about it is good. And like I said, there's been a few of those, call it tree living, call it the players believing in where the team's heading and wanting to be part of something special, but things are kind of aligning in a lot of ways. And yeah, like you said, aside from that Kampf contract, which was a little bit of a head scratcher, and again, he's like a fourth line guy who may not even need to be here. So not that big of a deal, but all the contracts that Tree Living has signed have just been, a little bit of applause after, saying, man, I understand that. It makes sense. Very hard to argue with. So I love that there's no controversy that comes with these things.
21-8-3 last year, 2.14, 926, 4 shutouts. And I think that's the big story too, is like just the tandem in general. with STOLARZ and Wall 7.42 combined 2 years for the next 2 years after this one. I think is money in the bank, especially with the salary cap going up the way it is. Like, I don't know what the percentage of the cap is, but I think it's shrewd business because it sets yourself up to have flexibility across the roster. Like, what's been the big story with this Maple Leafs team is like how top heavy they've been. But you're so right. Crease has been solidified. The back end's been solidified. And as we've seen, it's going to take some time, but I think they're going to solidify the forwards and be a perennial contender here in shortcoming.
Well, I hope so. I mean, the way it's set up right now, you got a bunch of guys coming off the books, not to look past this season, but when you do look past this season, a bunch of guys are coming off the books, but you still have the nucleus and the important parts of this team. And you got $24 million in cap space next summer. And it's not like your entire team just left. Like, what could you do with that? I think they'll be able to address an aging decor after this season. Lots of things to look forward to. But at this time of year, to be honest, when you're looking at October, you're focused on this season and what's right in front of you. And I think that getting STOLARZ done is nice to get that off the books and out of people's minds, especially Anthony Stolarz's mind. And now he can focus on hockey just like he did last year. And another piece of business tidied up from Mr. Tree Living, which I can't say enough about that guy at the helm.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.